Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Another hot spring day. Absolutely looking forward to it. Let me turn this off. All right. All right, people are still coming in. We'll have a guest in a few minutes. Good morning, Dennis, with
Good morning.
Ticor Title. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
We'll just get through some introductions for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see who's here. Where's our guest of honor, Cheryl Van Cleef? Well, she'll be here when she gets here. Sean Adobe's here. Charles Nick Schultz is here. Kuhn has a listing appointment. Good for him. So he may chime in and give us a report from the road. All right, April 19th. Let's talk real estate. Here's a Century 21 Redwood Realty. I don't know where that is either. I'm going to assume it's in Northern California. Where else could it possibly be?
Washington, D.C. Isn't that weird?
Where is it?
Washington, D.C. I always think it's the Bay Area as well.
It's got the old logo.
Oh, it does. Oh, I shouldn't have used it.
Sorry. I just like, whoa, I haven't seen that for a while.
Well, I like that picture.
It's a cool office.
I like all the
Very
glass.
nice office. It's a very nice office. So I bring in you these pictures. Century 21's everywhere, the 7,000 offices. And let's just, see what some of the others look like, not just ours. All right. So today, let's talk about, as people are coming in, good. Lack of self-improvement causes self-doubt. I think that's a good message for us because you're all here for self-improvement. You're all here to keep things moving along. A lack of self-improvement causes self-doubt, which also removes your confidence. It kind of takes your moxie away if you're not constantly learning and constantly polishing up your procedures. So, do you have a solid self-improvement plan when it comes to listing properties right now, specifically with listing properties? Because believe me, when you do, your confidence goes through the roof. And when you don't, the self-doubt creeps in. So as you know, that's all leading into our program, our 5-point listing program, which, as I have always said, if you do what that says, you will be the obvious choice to get the listing. You will have a great time sitting at the kitchen table with a presentation that you've carefully prepared and are happy with. It makes all the difference in the world. So consider doing some more training and learning on that. We're here to help you. Remember to control what you can control. There's only 3 things that you really can control. You can control your actions, you can control your reactions, and you can control your mindset. Those are the only 3 things that you have complete control of. Are you taking all the right actions for listing the property? When someone doesn't respond well to your call, how do you react? When a listing appointment falls apart, how do you react? Those are the things that you can control. I would recommend if a listing appointment falls apart, just move on to the next listing appointment. Spend a short time analyzing what you did wrong, what you'll do better next time, and move on to the next one. And then finally, recommit to your goals. Recommit strong weekly, monthly, and yearly goals, especially for taking listings, which is my theme today. Often we'll ask an agent, how many listings are you going to take? And answers are often, I don't know, as many as I can get. And that doesn't really work. That really doesn't work as a business model and as a lead generation source. So what is your weekly goal? Do you have a goal to take 1 listing a week? Do you have a goal to take 2 listings a week? 1 listing or 2 listings a month? Whatever it is, we can make a plan for that and help you get there. So recommit to strong listing taken goals. If you're going to take 2 listings a month, I would put 2 lock boxes right there in the center of my desk. I'd have 3 or 4 pre-listing packages already prepared, sitting right there ready because I'm going to do this month. So recommit. And as always, treat your business like a business. And remember, there's a lot of business out there to be done. And I'm going to prove that point in a second. Let's see what we have. All North Star listings. And let's do a quick count of how many we have. I usually do 10 to a page, count the pages. We got 3 pages. So about 30 listings. So anybody have anything new? Anything just sold? Any ridiculous story you'd like to share? That something sold finally after 5 years? What do we got?
I have a new one I'm gonna go sign today.
Okay. Tell us about that.
It is a 1-level ranch in La Center with a huge, gigantic shop on a little over 6 acres. And it's just a beautiful, it has views of the valley and a creek. It's a big creek, so there's actually fish in it. So it's going to be very good listing if you have anybody interested in that type of thing. It's a little further out, but not really that far of a drive. It's on a private road. It's just going to be a great listing, and it'll start May 1st. I'm not exactly sure of the price yet. I'm going up to get it signed today. Probably somewhere between 700 and 800,000.
All right. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait.
Arlington, Crystal Kramer, that listed and went pending quite quickly. That's the top one there on Arlington.
Arlington Place in Longview.
Sorry, it sold in one day.
Nice.
What'd you say?
It sold in one day.
Oh, that's more like it. That's more like it. That makes me nostalgic for last year.
Yes. Good job, Crystal Kramer.
Yes, great job. And well, nice affordable house.
Yes,
Is that a site build or is that a
it's a mobile home.
Okay, still a good price.
Yep.
Well, in Oregon, we have Nyeth going under contract. She listed a new townhouse last weekend, and she got a couple offers, so she's working with that right now. Pat had a listing that went pending yesterday, and Doug Carrillo also had one of his listings go pending. And I will be closing on a house tomorrow and in Southeast Portland, and I have a new listing coming up this weekend in Beaverton, the Southwest Portland area. Open houses will be hosted by Grant Baker and Kevin Smith. So if you guys are in the area, definitely stop by and take a look at it.
Nice.
Very good. Congratulations, Nyeth and Doug. Yeah.
Yep.
And I might mention they're relatively new to the industry. No, that's excellent. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We had 2 closings this week. Jennifer and Steve Bray both had closings this week, and we have 6 pending.
Wow. Good job, Longview.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. Brianna closed one on Friday, and Nicole Sharman also closed one on Friday. Really nice ones.
Nice.
Okay. You're in danger of overwhelming me now.
In a good way. Yeah. Keep that action coming.
Okay. Okay, good. And the blue door,
Oh, yellow door, blue house.
yellow door, blue house. Any update?
It is, no, it was pending and it's not anymore.
What a cute house.
Wait a minute. Yes, it is pending. It
Oh,
should close actually soon.
Nice.
Okay,
She
good.
can't keep up. It's
Next
been
week,
back
I
and
know,
forth.
yeah. Pending next, should be closing next week.
Oh, good.
Hopefully.
Very good. I was about to send Nick up to do an open house.
I'll just
Yeah.
drive it.
All right. All right. Excellent work. Excellent work. We're not overwhelmed with too many listings that aren't selling. And we got a lot in the pipeline now. So it's looking like a good spring. Not the last 2 springs, but it's good. Everybody's working very hard. Remember the social media posts? I'm just going to bring the bunny up just because I can. And there it is. Remember these social media posts? That should be all over your website. That should be all over the web. That should be everywhere.
So
Yes.
cute.
People have been doing that too. I've been seeing the Easter bunny out there.
That's
I
right.
miss my bunnies.
Well,
That's-
they're safe. They're safe in a new home.
Yeah. Kung, would you like to introduce your guest?
Yeah, we have Dennis here from Tycor Title. He's going to introduce himself as well as let us know about his company. Their Tycor will be hosting our presenting a continuing education class for our Lunch and Learn this month. So I'll just pass it on to Dennis and let him introduce himself.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I had the privilege to visit with Kung and we had some good discussion just about office needs, and we are excited to be able to come into your office. Thank you for allowing me to be here today, and what an entrance to the beginning of a sales meeting. I've never seen anything like that. Mindset and motivation. Now I'm rethinking about how we do our sales meetings in our office. So that's a good takeaway that I got already. My name is Dennis Catoni. I am the sales executive here for Tycor Title. I've been here at Tycor just over 3.5 years. Prior to that, I was selling home warranty with a local company called Freedom Home Warranty. And it just was a natural progression to move into title at some point. And so here I am. We will be offering a class on the 27th at noon in your office in person. I've asked my branch manager, Mariah Yee, and our escrow officer, Crystal Spiker, to attend this as they'll be teaching it. So it's escrow 101 along with prelim. And even if you are a seasoned agent, I would encourage you to come because conversation always goes sideways and we really can dig deep into some of those issues and questions you might have about preliminary title reports. A little bit about what I do on the marketing side of things. I know you probably have spoken to many title reps and kind of have the title tools, the net sheets, those basic things. I really dig deeper into seeing how I can help you guys grow your business through really just 3 things that I focus on. I focus really heavily on social media. So if you're wanting a social media online presence audit, a Google optimization, I am happy to dial that in for you. I actually have a team of 3 people that we work on it for just about a week. We bring back a report card to you and just show you some stuff that you can do to change so that the story of your real estate business is consistent on every platform on Google, no matter where it is. If you are in need of Google reviews, I show you a great way that Google is really happy with and will reward you for that in getting those reviews. And we can speak about that a little bit more in depth. I focus a lot, especially on AI lately, as AI is one of the fastest growing things that's just taken over the world here. Using AI to generate scripting for you, using AI to generate your social media consistency, and then using AI to even do your listings when you're putting them in RMLS. We can get very creative with that. And then the third thing I do that I'm really excited about is farming. And farming has been kind of one of those things where we've done it for years, right? We think we know every bits of it, but if I can teach you some new ways, if I can incorporate Remine, which if you don't know what Remine is, it's through RMLS. This is a really hot tool. It used to cost $200 a month. It's free now through RMLS. It really shows your hot sellers more likely to sell, 4 to 6 times more likely to sell than the neighbors. If we can focus in on those, use some of my resources, and let's just say we're going to do a postcard campaign. Let's implement Slide Dial and send a voicemail blast to everyone that's going to be getting that postcard, only for the mere fact of getting in their head. So when they see that postcard, it's not going to the trash, but it's going to trigger them to read a little bit more. And 80% of that is just getting them to read your mail to be able to move to the next step. So using a lot of technology, a lot of old technology, and combining and marrying them together in order to help you guys grow your business is what I love to do. And I did leave my information in the chat there. Would love to chat with you on a one-on-one basis. Just reach out to me. I carry my phone with me 24 hours a day. I only have one phone. So you guys don't work 9 to 5. I don't either. If you ever have a question on the weekend, if you're like, Dennis, I just need a net sheet. I can't pull it up. Or if you want me to pull up an area for you on farming, or pull up like a neighborhood report that kind of shows like what's going on. You're doing an open house and talks about, the walkability, the sound score, the internet score for the area. I'm happy to do that for you guys at any point. So just give me a call and I can dial that in for you. But nonetheless, we will be there at your office on the 27th at noon. We're going to provide lunch for you guys. So we would love to see you there, meet you in person, and just see how we can lend a hand in your business. So thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to be here again.
All right. Yes. thank you.
Question.
Yeah, please.
So your class is geared to Oregon, I understand, but it would really, a lot of it would apply to Washington as well.
Yes, and we can speak to that as well. Washington does things very differently, as we all know, but we can speak to that as well.
Okay, just wondering.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, good. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting you on the 27th. Because I'd like to take you up on that SEO optimization right away. That's
Absolutely.
one of our big topics as well. We've got these new websites. And yeah, I'd like some feedback on how those are looking.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things before we go, as a title rep, I think one of the most frustrating things on my end, and I would assume most other title reps, is we help realtors with marketing general, right? We help realtors with farming. We help the home books, which I get it. I'm not a fan of home books. They're kind of been done with. Ours is actually very different. It's a one-page stand. I use QR technology for that. But when we're helping agents, sometimes we wonder to ourselves, are we really helping the agents? Are we really getting listings? My goal is to really help you get listings. And I did a Google optimization for one of my good clients 4 weeks ago, roughly. They made some big changes. They got a lead through Google on the buy sell side, and they actually got one other listing. So I was happy to say that, on the SEO, we really dialed that in. And I can honestly say that they called me and they got 2 listings from us on that. So we don't guarantee that for everyone, but obviously we want to dial in things as it gets more competitive in the market. The real estate industry is changing dramatically day by day. The inventory is low. Inventory is not going to bump up magically even in the next couple of years, but there still is so much business to be had out there if we do the work and get after it. So I'll leave you with that.
Excellent. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
All right. We'll see you soon. All right. Excellent. How's the market? And real estate experts know the market conditions. Let's start with the 30-year fixed average, 6.27. I understand that that's down a bit. And I have a little more to say about that. Although slightly, the mortgage rates dropped further this week. The average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage fell to 6.27 from 6.28. That is slightly the previous week. But we are even reporting on back we used to 6 point what didn't matter, 6.25, 6.5. We never got into these, never got into this, but we are now. With inflation moving closer to the Fed's 2% target, mortgage rates are expected to decrease further in the coming months, likely below 6% by the year's end. Well, let's hope so. And remember, you're going to hear news that the Fed did something with interest rates. That doesn't necessarily mean that the rates, they are completely different things. So remember that, because people think that's when they hear that, they go, oh, I can't buy a house. The Feds just did something. And that's not the case. And so, yeah, if you want to know more about that, I put the NAR economists talking a little bit more about the rate change, money.com, a little more about the rate change. The consumer price index, which is how we're gauging inflation, the new number just came out on that, and it's 4.98. You saw that the Fed is hoping to get to 2%, but that's a huge change down. We are still continuing this really strong slide down, hopefully to 2%. And let's see how we are for time. I know you love to go over these stats, but I did update the stats. They are all the most recent for the RMLS Portland Metro, RMLS Southwest Washington, and the Northwest MLS Cowlitz County. So maybe next week I'll go through some of those charts. Let's hear what the NAR economist has to say. It looks like Kung, it's inflation today.
Yep. Let's see what it says.
Okay.
Sorry, hopefully you guys don't hear the rain in my car. Let's see. Calmer inflation means lower mortgage rates eventually. The 5% consumer price inflation in March is a steady improvement from 9% last summer. 8% in the autumn, 7% during Christmas, and 6% in the early months of this year. The ideal inflation of 2% is still maybe a year away, but this directional improvement is a clear signal to the Fed to change its tightened monetary policy, especially considering that many regional banks are still on the edge of further interest rate risk blowup. So yeah, we want it to be at 2%, but we're heading in that direction, which is good.
Yeah.
One important turn in the latest data was the deceleration in the rent component. Though still up by a whopping 8.8% from a year ago, the monthly gain was much lighter at 0.45% compared to the 0.7 to 0.9 monthly gain over the past year. It was inevitable for rent growth to soften considering the robust apartment construction. Mortgage rates slipping down to under 6% looks very likely towards the end of the year. So hopefully it happens, keeping our fingers crossed.
Right. Huh. All right. Multifamily housing starts are up. Federal Reserve policy on Fed fund rates. Ah, okay. From zero, all that time at zero. And now they're going up. Okay.
Right.
Consumer price inflation. I just reported on that. There's a chart with a much longer history.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, still up from last year, but trending down. So
Yeah. Month to month change in rent. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, a lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff. Thank you. So yeah, spend a few minutes looking over that, get an idea of what's happening so you can talk about inflation when it comes time. But let's talk about the most basics today. How is the market? And who can tell me how's the market in the Portland metro area? Any volunteers?
Who wants to do it?
Looks like you do, Nick.
We are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue to slowly trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to the shortage of available housing and the signs of reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 57 days, and the median home prices have decreased 2.8% over last year. The median home sold price in the metro area is $514,000, $514,900. Interest rates are currently 6.27 and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is still a great time to list. While it is still favorable to sellers, buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increased stability in interest rates and greater time on the market.
That's it. Still a bit of a seller's market, but we're almost neutral. We're almost neutral now. All right. Clark County, Vancouver, Washington. How's the market? Shauna?
We are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to the shortage of available housing and signs of reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 60 days, and the median home sale price has decreased 2.4% over the last year. The median home sold price in the metro area is $500,000. Interest rates are currently 6.27% and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is a great time to list while it's still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increasing stability interest rates and greater time on the market.
Thank you. I built in a little bump when you're reading there, just to test your skills. All right. Cheryl, how's Cowlitz County? How's the market?
Well, we are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to a shortage of available housing and signs of a reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 58 days and medium home prices have increased 3.2% over last year. The medium home sold price in the metro area is $389,250. Interest rates are currently 6.2% and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is a great time to list while it's still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increased stability in interest rates and greater time on the market.
All right, excellent. Excellent. So yours has increased. And that's decreased a bit. That's decreased. So prices are still going up in Cowlitz County.
Yep, I think they dipped down a bit for a while and then started back up again.
Okay. And of course, that's a rolling 12-month average on all of these.
Yeah,
But it's different than the others. And it's very different. The Boise area, Ada County and Canyon County is seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to a shortage of available housing, signs of a reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market here is 55 days, and home prices have decreased 8.7% over last year. Ouch. The median home list price in the metro area is $519,009. Interest rates are currently 6.2% to 7%, are expected to fluctuate upwards over time. And there are still more people looking to buy than there are homes available. It's a very good time to list in the Boise metro area and the Longview metro area and Cowlitz County.
yeah, that cracks me up every time.
I know.
There's 100,000 people.
You have 100,000 people. I wouldn't laugh at that.
Good.
All right. All right, excellent. Let's find our blog again. Okay. Oh, I meant to log in. Okay, I did find, let me see what I found. Because what I did was I went into check out, I always do this, go into 21 Online first, and then click on that. It's going to take you to the Century 21 University. And if you click login again, it'll just go where you want to go. There are courses for Accelerate starting in May and for GoList. So definitely check those out. And I was flipping through the Century 21 catalog, and there are several things. And one of them I thought was interesting, Lead Gen 21 open houses. I found that in here. I think I wrote the page down, but flip through here and just see if there's anything that's interesting to you that you want to spend an hour or two on, because there's a lot of stuff in here, and they're constantly presenting it from corporates. So definitely have a look at that. That's good stuff. All right. Cheryl, you had brought us some things about converting leads. What would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
What would you like to say to us?
I will.
I'd like to go to lunch if you really.
Yeah, I would like to do a lot of things, and
All right.
to do most of them, I'm going to need money. So
Right.
probably need to convert some of these leads.
That's right.
Okay.
So
Converting online leads.
yes, online real estate leads. I think John has been working really hard and is going to be bringing us, more online leads. I'm sure he'll be talking about that soon. And we get some of them now. And this is just talking about how to convert them from, the phone call or the text that you get and making, closing in on the lead and getting a sale out of it, and not just a momentary phone call. So, everyone's online and everyone is, or a lot of people, a lot of buyers and sellers don't know how anything works. And so as far as real estate, so they're going to look online. That's a lot of, I just took an AARP class for something, not for myself because, I'm not old, but, and they talked about like how 73% of, what we would consider seniors are online too. So everybody's online these days and everybody's, looking on there. So it's important that you have some kind of online presence. You can pretend that it doesn't exist, but everyone's got the internet in their hand these days. And
If you remember, seniors invented the internet.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
They just pretend not to know how to use it because
Good
Mhm.
point. Good point.
Yes. Yeah, I know several that are on top of it.
Yeah.
So no matter what's happening in the market at large, there'll always be consumers flocking to online portals because they don't know where to begin the process of buying a house. In most cases, they're completely lost. So what does this mean for you? It means this is an opportunity for you to step up as the expert and blow them away with your professionalism. Because online lead portals like realtor.com might be able to feed you the lead, but it's still up to you to close the deal. So that's what we're going to talk about. And tip number 1 is respond quickly. They've been telling us that for years. When you get that lead call, don't just accept it and then forget about it. Accept it and call them. Studies have shown that responding to a lead within the first 5 minutes of receiving them gives you a significantly greater chance of closing the deal. So you know how it is. People are scrolling the internet. They find something, they want to know about it right now. But, in an hour, they might be eating dinner or they might get in their car and go somewhere else. And now they're not as interested and they're not going to take your call. So the faster you can get to them, the better. So go ahead.
I said, yeah, that I was just gonna say they might change their mind of what they're interested in. They might be so much more receptive if you call right away, because that's what they're doing at the moment, and we're all that way.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. And also on some of the sources of the online leads, your score will go down if you don't get a hold of the person right away, like OpCity. If you don't take those leads and respond to them right away, you won't get as many leads and you won't get as many quality leads. And the more you do that, the better your leads are. So that's something to keep in mind too. And I can remember back in the day when it never failed. I would get in the shower and I would finally get that lead call and I would miss it. So, you're busy sometimes. You're out on listing appointments, you're doing all the things, and sometimes you miss the call. But try to get to as many as possible. You can't spend your entire day waiting around for the phone to ring, but you need to have a system in place. So be sure to have the lead phone numbers where they're coming in. Have that programmed in your phone so it has a special ring or a special notification if you're getting texts. And you can go into your account on 21 Online and put in there if you want leads to come by telephone or text message or whatever it is that's going to get your attention. They will always come by email, but to get that quick response, you're going to want to do phone or text or whatever is easier for you. And I just so happen to have the phone number for our Moxie leads that come in through, this would come in through your own personal website, as well as right now getting put through Leads Engine through our company website. So, and the number is 903-294-4442. And I'm sure that's up on the website somewhere, and maybe we can put it up again. But
So
or
what
ask-
should they, why are you telling us about that number? What should we do with it?
you should put it in your contacts.
Put in your
And-
contacts.
Yeah, put it in your contacts in your phone, and as like I said, assign it a special ringtone or a special,
Right.
notification sound if it's going to come by text or whatever, or both.
Like
you
a
can get-
fire alarm?
Yes, we have, I would always have a special one because sometimes, you don't always want to get right to the text, or you're getting a ton of them, or you're busy or whatever, but if you get a certain sound, you'll get to it.
That's a great idea. Special ringtone, and make sure it says that it's a lead.
Yes.
It's from Leads Engine, which means it came from. Well, right now, what are the lead sources? The lead sources are century21.com. That's the corporate website. And we do get a steady stream of those. You're not going to get one every day, but they will come in. And, we're actually, this is a very timely topic because I do want to make sure that everybody that wants to get a lead from us has this all set up. Because we did see a lead, I put in a test lead. It says, John, call me when you get this lead. And it took a bit longer than I think it should have for the person to call me. And then, Cheryl, you and I looked at the history of that phone call, and I can see how many people it went to. And they didn't even reject it. They just let it time out for the 5 minutes and then go to the next one. And that lead is just dying. If that was a live lead, it's just dying. So I'd like everybody to think about, do you want those calls from century21.com? And if you don't, tell your manager so that you're not gumming up the works if you're just not gonna, you don't even know it went to you. That'd be helpful. And if you do want them, then do what Cheryl just said. Get your phone all set up so you know when it comes in, and grab it every single time and see if it's for you. The other one is your Moxie website, and we'll talk more about that. That's a really good source of leads. And there you think, well, what are you supposed to do about it? How do you market it? It's in the SEO. So you want to come to the Lunch and Learn if you're in Portland, or if you're able to, and we will tell you more about that. And yes, let a third party person outside the company give you some suggestions on how to optimize your own Moxie website. And then one other thing for right now is the OpCity, the realtor.com. And I have great hopes for realtor.com. I think it's the future for realtors. It very well might be. And it's being worked very aggressively. Now, I know a lot of people that said, oh gosh, the stuff we're getting from that is not very good. No, it's not. And they've told us that already. When you first sign up for it, you will get leads, and they will be trailers for $50,000. There will be all kinds of things like that. And all I can say is, if you're new to the business, there's a lot to learn from talking to those people, and maybe even working on that transaction if it's even possible, if you can find them something at all. But what you're doing is you're impressing realtor.com that you're somebody that wants to work with them, because they're in it to make money, without a doubt. It's contracted to a very large company, a very large media company, a very aggressive company. They're in it to make money off of that. So they're going to give leads to people who are proven. So we highly encourage you, make sure you're in the Op City system, make sure you're in the green, you're doing everything that they're asking. I'm done, Cheryl.
Yes. I wasn't sure if you were just taking a breath.
Good
Yeah,
tip.
do all those things and make sure, and it only takes a second. You can update those on your phone. You know, you have the app on your phone. You can update those leads on your phone real quick to keep everything in the green. Or, you know, if they are obviously not going anywhere after months of trying or whatever, you can't get a hold of them anymore, then get rid of it out of your account so you don't have to worry about updating things that aren't going anywhere. Because there are those, but the more you stick with it, the better your leads will be. And I don't know if Patrick's here today, but he has gotten some really good ones, and so have, you know, other people. So you have to stick with it to get better leads.
It's
All
true. They're coming in from all sources.
Yeah.
So take advantage of that.
Yep. Okay, so tip number 2 for online leads is have a strong social presence. You know, we're talking about positioning you as an expert agent that inspires trust in any buyer who's never heard of you. So social media is one of the best ways of showing what marketing master Jason Pantana calls your face, your voice, and your head and your heart. That translates into getting people to know, like, and trust you on a grand scale, which is what all the experts say that you have to get clients, is to get them to know you, to like you, and to trust you. So make sure you your social media represents who you are as a person and as a professional. People are going to look at it, even your personal pages, you know, your personal Facebook page, and they really recommend that you you know, keep that professional as well now, because people are going to look at that stuff and just see. You can have personal stuff on there. That's good, because that helps people know you and like you. You know, if you're a fisherman or a dog person or tennis player, whatever it is that you are, put some of that stuff on there, because, you know, the more people that can relate to you, the better you'll do. You know, not everyone's going to go to your social media account, but a lot of people will after the initial meeting or after they talk to you on the phone. They might go and check you out.
Yeah, so make sure you keep it professional.
Yes, for sure. Try not to go on any political rants or, you know, anything like that that's going to turn people off. Okay, so tip number 3, get an in-person meeting ASAP. You know, it's like we talk about in our skills meetings, run those scripts, you know, handle those objections, and get the meeting face-to-face as quickly as you can, whether they're a seller or a buyer. You know, we've talked about buyer presentations now. It's important now to get your buyers up to speed on what's happening in the market and what's going to happen. So it's simple. After initial conversation where you introduce yourself and get to know each other a bit, steer the conversation towards getting together for about an hour so that you can explain to them exactly what is going on in the market, which we just talked about, and learn how you can help them with their specific needs. So yes, do that. Talk to them as soon, get an in-person meeting as soon as possible. And you can also tell who's going to be serious about what they're doing at that point too. Just yesterday or the day before, I had someone that called me and they sounded a little suspicious. Let's just put it that. They were saying they had some vacant land to sell and they were just being weird about it. So anyway, they asked me what was the first step. And I said, well, how about, you know, you come to the office and we talk about it, because the vacant land was way out in the boonies somewhere. And then the person said, well, I can't do that. I don't have a car, I don't drive, and I don't walk. And then he said, well, his son, who has power of attorney, could come. And I said, okay, you know, when would you like to do that? The times. And I said, oh, I'll need a copy of the power of attorney too for title. oh, well, I should have asked my son. He said he can't come. And that was the end. He like, no, he ghosted me after that. So I avoided whatever that was. I don't know what it was.
Cheryl, did you happen to see the new scam alert on the?
I did. Yeah, I did. Right
Yeah.
after I did all that, I did see the new scam alert about vacant land. So you have to watch out for that. So anyway, trying to get someone to meet with you right away in the office, not out in the boonies somewhere, is one way to get rid of those. Okay, tip number 4, demonstrate value. Once you get the meeting, one of the best ways you can demonstrate value is to listen. Listen to exactly what your lead is interested in doing so that you show them exactly how you can help them. So listen to what their needs are, tailor the conversation to solving their exact needs, and show that you're looking out for their best interest. This is more than just buying a house. It's a major life decision that you're going to advise them through and help them navigate tactfully. So, you need to find out all those things, basically pre-qualify them, which we have talked about at length in our skills meeting. There's a pre-qualification script, find out the price point, if they're pre-qualified for a loan, when exactly they're wanting to move, why they're going to move. You want to get the why so that when the process.
I actually print that out and so that I can write the answers in it. I found one for the listing I'm going to take later from I don't know, almost a year ago. And it really helped me brush up because it's already written out.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you find out the why about, why they're looking to move, that's something, when something goes wrong, you can remind them of why they're wanting to do it and, get them back on track in their motivation and keep moving forward. And then, of course, what areas they're interested in and all the pertinent questions. We know that. And you can try to make it more personal instead of being all business in those conversations to find out, get to know them a little bit better and do the things like we talked about, making that connection with them so they become a loyal client. Tip number 5, follow up regularly. You've captured and built up their enthusiasm, but now you need to maintain it. Just because a lead goes on an online platform doesn't mean they're going to be ready to buy a home just yet. 35% of prospects make a move within the first 3 months after contacting an agent. So that's only 35%. That means 65% don't. It takes a long time sometimes. Usually, people will start looking online. They haven't gone to see a lender yet. Sometimes it takes a while to cultivate those leads. A lot of them aren't ready, but they will be ready. And they want to buy a house. So keeping them, putting them in your engaged campaign. So you don't even have to think about them anymore. They're going to come up as one of the 5 people that you contact every day. It'll automatically send them emails or whatever, remind you to call them or all that in Engage. So keep in contact with them. Tip number 6, always articulate the next step. You've probably heard about the importance of including CTAs, which is calls to action in all your marketing content. So in any kind of marketing or talking to them in person, you're going to want to let them know what's going to happen next. That helps. There's a reason why your doctor's telling you, first we're doing this and now we're going to do this, and that it puts you at ease when you know what's going to happen. And it lets you show, that you are professional and an expert and that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, what to expect next. I have a pre-done email that I can copy and paste into my, when they go into escrow so that I don't have to rewrite it every time.
Right.
Yes. Okay. The last tip, learn directly from the best. So obviously there's not enough time to cover every aspect of working with online leads and boosting your conversion skills here. It takes training, collaboration, and personal guidance to develop a foolproof system for generating, managing, and converting your leads with seamless and efficiently. So one of the best ways to build your system is to learn directly from the best agents in the business, how they're managing to create consistent success. So talk to other agents in the company. Attend these meetings and ask questions if you want to know something, or somebody says something and you don't know what they're talking about, or you want to learn more about that. Ask your manager, ask at the meeting. We'd love to hear questions. And get a coach. All the managers are willing to coach or join an accountability group to keep you on track and learn everything you need to be successful. So all those things will help you get those online leads.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
Right?
What else you have? Best week of the year. Oh, that's an interesting, this is a teaser headline here.
Oh, yes,
Best week of the year to list your home. Is it this week?
it is.
It's always this week, right?
No, seriously, it is this week.
No, it just happens to be this week.
It is, I think it was from NAR, and they did studies from the last, I don't know, however many years, and they decided that the week of April 16th through 22nd is expected to have the ideal balance of housing market conditions that favor home sellers more so than any other week in the year. So that's something really good to tell your.
I'm gonna send this to a few people today.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is the thing to tell everybody. Post it on your social media, do all the things. Send an email to all your clients on the fence.
Yes.
Well, I posted something on social media last week about the best time to buy a house is always 5 years ago. The next best time is today.
Very good.
That's good. Very good. Anyway, I mean, we could go on about this, but really the main thing is that this is the best week.
Well, it does have some, yeah. You
time
should
to
make
get-
something out of this because it does make a case for this week being good. Well, we've always known that March, well, yeah, it's always been true. This is the time.
Yep, and I think this year, because of the stinking weather, we may have had a little bit of a delay. I know I have some sellers that are trying to do things at their house and they can't do the little bit of paint touch-ups. They can't do the yard stuff because they don't have enough sunshine to do it. So that's one of the things it talks about is getting your house ready. So this was a thing from a few weeks ago, I think I sent in, because it talks about getting your house ready, because now is the time. A month ago was the time to get your house ready, and now is the time to put it on the market. So it talks about all these different things that people do and can do to get their houses ready.
Okay, and what is this? Is this a survey, this chart? Which updates?
Yeah, it's what people did.
Okay. Taking the weeds out would be high on the list, I would think.
Yep, the most common things are landscaping and painting. So I predict that as soon as the sun comes out for at least, 3 days in a row, that people are going to be out there and then they're going to be calling you. And also brings out buyers too. It's just the way it is. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've always said, take away bad things. It's all about curb appeal and first impressions. And take a hard look at your listing and see if there's something that just doesn't look good from a distance, that's the first thing to do. And putting in your dream kitchen and your dream finishes is the last thing to do. They won't want them.
Yep. Sometimes just painting the front door or, making sure the landscaping is good is the best thing, the best first impression. And that's something that you can pass on, of course, to all your clients.
Nice. Nice. Keeping Current Matters, that's a good resource. We've been going there to that company quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a really good, they offer so much stuff for free. You can go there. They have stuff that you can post on social media where I always go through and read it first and see if I can throw, Century 21 in there or something or whatever, and then just copy and paste it to your.
Yeah, just sign up for it and they'll send it to you.
Yeah, that too. They'll personalize it.
Enroll
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
And it's what, $29.99 a month, so it's not a big expense. It's probably one of the cheapest things you can do.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
I would like to tell everybody I have advanced agent training tomorrow. We'll be on a CMA, a Moxie Present. I'll be doing a class on that at 11 o'clock via Zoom. So I'll send that out for everybody, invite for that.
Nice.
hey,
Great.
what else is happening? Anything that's happening in branches? Kuhn, you have the lunch and learn, of course. Okay. And good. Then as we roll into spring, there'll be quite a bit more activity, but thank you, everybody. We'll let you get back to work and we will see you next week, or we'll see you at 9 o'clock in the morning, whichever things you like to attend. And have a great week.
Yes, soon.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.